Maikel, can you tell me a little bit about the Indonesian wealth management market?
First of all, the wealth management industry in Indonesia is still in the infant stage because the association itself just been established back in 2005. So even among the players, there's so many players don't understand about what the wealth management is all about. Of course, the customer is even more confused about the wealth management. However, if you look at the data from the central bank, there are about a total population about 200,000 Indonesian who have deposits in the banks. Total of in rupiah currency, a total of 1,700 trillion.
So who services these wealthy individuals?
Today, the market is being served by the wealth managers. We have approximately about 4,500 wealth managers that are serving the customers. So the total population is only about 200,000, but the amount of money or the total assets about 160 billion US dollars. So it's really a big market in Indonesia.
Maikel, what role does the Certified Wealth Managers Association play in the market?
In 1997, 1998, we have about 250 banks, and there are about 50% are collapsed. And then in 2004 and 2005, there was another crisis in mutual fund. There was a massive redemption at that point in time. So then, as a practitioner in the market, we get together and try to think of something, how to educate. The first thing to do is how to educate the market, the customers.
So what are the association's key objectives?
The objective is basically it's how to protect the customers by giving them some kind of a socialization program as well as education program about the capital market products. For banking products, most Indonesian they know already, the money market fund, but the capital market, especially the mutual fund, they don't really understand because that was still a kind of brand new products in Indonesia back in 2004.
How exactly do you help facilitate training and development in the market?
We agree that the purpose or the mission of this association is to set up a standard, certain standard of educations of knowledge to all the practitioners who provide wealth management services and products. So then, first thing we do is then we invite. We collaborate with international education provider, university, which is the Greenwich Business School from London. Yeah, so we invited them, and then they run a full 4 months course about wealth management to all of the bankers, especially the senior bankers and also the regulators. And then the first thing to do, we start to implement all this knowledge into the modules. Yeah, so we make a standard program, we make a curriculum, something like that. And then this curriculum, then we have to get the accreditation from the government. Then we work with the government also.
Maikel, how do you see the Indonesian wealth management market developing and evolving over the next few years?
We see that lately the wealth management industry growing very, very well, as we can see also from the key wealth driver indicator, which is the GDP growth in the past 5 years, always positive. We grow above 4, 5, 6%. Even during the crisis, the global financial crisis, I think our economic growth almost 6%. And this year, 2010, government projected also about 6.1%. So from this indicator, we can see that affluent people's growing very big, and also the high net worth individuals growing in line with the economic growth.
So how can different types of institutions take advantage of the opportunities in the market?
The wealth management industry in Indonesia originally was initiated by the foreign banks. Yeah, that was back in late 90s and 2000. But lately there are a lot of nationals or local bank, domestic banks has already entered to that market. Even not only the state-owned banks, but also the private banks and also the regional banks. They establish the wealth management division or the wealth management group, because they have seen that the market is there. At least they have to serve their own or the existing customers. Otherwise, someone else will. So that's why they start to, provide this service. Because some banks, even though they are small in terms of assets, but they have like maybe 1,000 or 2,000 customers who are in that segment. At least a minimum of $500,000 in assets in the deposits in their banks. If you don't provide that service, then this client might be, served by other competitors. So right now in Indonesia, there are about 23 providers, wealth management firm. Yeah, that's all our banks.